Is anybody out there? It looks weird like that. Who wants to talk about Record Store Day? Or if. Actually. If I want to take that out though. There we go. What up, what up, what up? Who's in here? Say something. Who's ready for Record Store Day? What are the records that you want to get this year? I know that there's quite a few good artists, and there's definitely some that I want to get. If that Linkin Park comes out this year, I definitely want to get that for sure. There's some Black Sabbath, a couple of those. AC/DC. I know that there's a Garbage. And then there's fucking Green Jelly. What up, guys? Hit up the chat. What are you guys looking for a Record Store Day this year? What's the albums that you want to get? Is there any albums that you're definitely going for this year? Or are there any albums that, you know, you really, really want that you've been wanting for a while? Like, I don't know. I definitely seen a couple in here that are definitely worth getting, I feel like. Even that Biggie Smalls duets thing, I remember that shit coming out when I was in like high school, and I see that's going to be on vinyl. I don't even know if that was even ever pressed on vinyl, to be honest with you, to begin with. I'd have to look that one up. I know that Linkin Park, though, for sure. That was supposed to come out last year, that blue edition. And, of course, everybody's trying to scalp that record, too, so it's, like, super expensive, and I'm not paying fucking scalper prices. It's kind of like the Smashing Pumpkins shit with the Melancholy Infant Sadness. People want like so much for that album and would never pay scalper prices. And then what's your guys' thoughts also on Discogs, between Discogs and eBay on like selling shit online? Because I know for a fact that I just barely sold my first record on Discogs, thinning out my collection a little bit, and honestly, I'd rather sell on Discogs all day than eBay, because the way the transactions go and how much like you gotta pay for your fees and shit is a lot cheaper, and you get your money a lot faster. And that's just my personal opinion. I don't know if any of you guys ever sold anything on eBay or Discogs, and eBay's usually pretty good because pretty much anybody can go on eBay and sell shit. I know on Discogs I had to go on my computer and like do a bunch of shit before I could even like sell a fucking record on there, which was kind of weird, but it is what it is. Yeah. And then for Record Store Day, Chemical Brothers, I'm actually looking through the list right now. It's quite a few good titles. I'm actually surprised. They got The Doors. They got so much shit on here this year. I'm actually really, really surprised. Where is the chat, though? What's up? Chris Suzanne. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm sorry. I'm now finally starting to see everything. Deftones. Yeah, definitely Deftones. I've seen the Evanescence on there, too. That was awesome, too. And thank you for sending the message through. Definitely. Sorry, I'm not the fastest typer. But yeah, definitely that Deftones too. I was definitely thinking about that. I can't wait for Record Store Day. Honestly, I was thinking about it, and somehow, and I didn't plan this either, so this is kind of crazy this year, because last year I kind of went, I felt like I was more disappointed than anything because there were so many different days for Record Store Day. I felt like every time we turn around, there was another Record Store Day. And I was like, okay, this is getting kind of old because I can't fucking buy everything. So when I go in there, I'm only going to buy certain titles. And then other titles, like say if you know, my record store doesn't sell them right away. They fucking drop the price and everything, so then that way they're cheaper. And there's still records in there from last year for Record Store Day, and they're like on sale now. And some of them I bought that I thought were gonna be cool, and I was kind of disappointed in a couple of them. Like, I'll show you one of them right now. Like, I bought this one last year. I thought the cover looked cool. It's like from like one of the dudes from Metallica, I think, that would help on this record. That's like in the band or whatever. It's all right. It's not bad, but it's definitely not for me. I put that back up on Discogs for sale, since I'm going to start thinning out my collection. I sold my fucking Woodstock box set. I'm going to sell my Radiohead OK Computer. I mean, I like Radiohead and everything, but I just don't listen to it much, and I would rather an album that's good go to somebody that's actually going to enjoy it. Because, like, if I'm going to listen to an album, I want to be able to, like, I don't know, just certain albums that I have, I listen to way more than I listen to, you know, some of these records that I do have. I've maybe listened to once since I've had it, and it just sits there, so there's no point in really me having it. So I'd rather just get some extra money at this point, make sure all my bills are paid. And somehow this year I got it so I'm on vacation when Record Store Day comes, so I don't have to work that day. I don't have to worry about doing shit. I'm just going to get, like, me and my kid up in the morning. We're going to go down there, and I'm going to take her to Newberry Comics, because that's where I'm going to have to go for Record Store Day. And it's kind of crazy, too, because, like, for us here, like, we don't really have shit for stores. We got, like, Newberry Comics, BAM. We got Walmart, where it sells fucking records. But, like, with Walmart, you go in there, and you never know what the fuck you're going to find, because it's Walmart. You know what I mean? And I started buying, like, some of the Walmart exclusives when they first came out. I was really disappointed with, like, the Ghostbusters and the Stone Temple Pilots, but then I heard the Stone Temple Pilots, all of them sounded like that, so, I mean, it is what it is. Rumors about that tripod, Alice in Chains records being, oh my god, if they would release that Alice in Chains album, that would be so fucking cool. Yeah, the three-legged dog one, yeah. That would be fucking amazing. I wish they would repress that. You know, I would really wish they would repress Tool Enema also. I feel like that's a record that a lot of people would just go out and buy, and they would have no problem selling it. It would sell out in fucking, I bet, hours or minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, let it go live on, like, Tool's website or some shit, and that shit would be fucking gone instant. I did see it just come up. I actually got to watch, like, 2 more of her videos that I haven't watched recently. I just, today's, like, my first day off, so I got to do today, and then I got tomorrow off also. Yeah, I got the bootleg for Enema, too. I feel like the bootleg is, like, cool. I mean, if that's all we can get right now, we might as well just have the bootleg, and then, you know, if an actual official release comes out, that's when you go buy it, you know what I'm saying? But until then, I mean, you kind of got to take what you can get, or you don't fucking own it, you know what I mean? But see here, I'm going to show you one thing, guys. Speaking of Enema, so I know I showed it before, but I feel like if you're going to get the bootleg, at least get the one that's like this, where it's like the original, where it's got the gatefold, and then it's got the insert for this one. I know that there was actually 2 of them. It's what the records were in for the Enema. And then I got the picture disc too, which I think is really cool. And they actually sound pretty decent too, I'm not going to lie. Like, it's clearly not the best, but it's not the worst. And honestly, it does sound pretty fucking good, so I'm not hating on it. Like, even the front cover right here, kind of washed out. You can tell that the colors aren't, like, the best or anything, but whatever, dude. Like, I kind of got to take what I can get, because if you don't take it, then you're never going to get it. And then, like this, I knew that they're probably not going to repress this ever again, let alone even if they make an original of the other one. So I got these, because obviously that picture looks sick, and honestly, it's more like a show-off piece, and I really love Enema. This was, like, one of my favorite Tool albums of all time. I remember when this album came out when I was a kid. I actually ordered the CD through BMG Music. You remember like Columbia House and shit like that? 12 CDs for a penny. And then everybody would just put fucking bunk names and then fucking send shit in. And then you come home and you get like fucking 20 CDs in the mail. Shit was awesome. I remember I used to just like take a random name and then just sign my last name. So it would just match the address of like the last name part, but the first name, it was just a fake name. And I remember one day I came home from school, and I think this was like through BMG or Columbia House. I can't remember which one. And I had like 4 packages waiting. And then they kept calling the house. And my mom was like, you know, he's a minor, right? And they just stopped calling, stopped mailing us shit. It was cool. Yeah, the picture just does look sick. Thank you. Yeah, I like that I can read your guys' comments too right there. And yeah, Record Store Day is going to be sick. I used to love going through BMG. I remember getting like so many CDs when I was a kid though too, but I kind of wish I started collecting records when I was younger. But then again, at the same time, I don't know if that would have been the best idea, because I'd probably be kicking myself in the ass, because I was like a major drug addict for a while. So I'm trying not to like ever go back to that stage in my life. I actually got off like a bunch of drugs, and like I went through so much shit. I feel like I went through hell and back twice, you know what I mean? And I'm really thankful to be where I am now today, because, you know, I just couldn't imagine where the fuck I would be, probably dead or in prison. And I really cherish my life today, and that's why I go work hard, and I try to make sure I can get everything I get. From 2000 on, probably have a lot of anniversaries. Oh, many records are going to get pressed for the first time. I know, same here. I feel like we are on the up and up with the record pressings. I feel like they have been coming out with more good stuff lately. Like even the Stone Temple Pilots that got re-released and shit, and you know, just stuff like that. Like when I went downtown, I seen that they repressed Slipknot's first album and shit like that not too long ago. So, I mean, I feel like we have been getting some good stuff, and we will continue to get better stuff. And I feel like the more the record industry grows, as in like money-wise and sales, and the trend keeps going on, and the demand's there for it, I feel like we'll get more people to actually be able to buy those records, so they'll be wanting to press other albums that they haven't pressed in a long time more, because they know that it will sell. And I feel like before they would just press records whenever, because they didn't have as many people collecting before, and I feel like there's a way more people collecting now than there ever was before. So, you know, I just try to make sure that when an album does come out, I'd rather buy it now than wait on it and sleep and then wait for it to go up in price because of scalpers and shit. Like a lot of times, if you watch the In Groove, the dude that runs that store there, he shows you new releases when they come out every week. And like, if you can't go to your local store and find it, you can just order it online from his website, and he sells his shit for like regular price. Because I've even seen record stores, like certain ones, when an album gets repressed, they're going to push the album like way up in price, because they know that it's been a while, people are looking for it, and that they're willing to pay it. And I feel like that's shady, because even when I sold like My Chemical Romance online and like a couple other albums I had, first of all, like those were records I didn't listen to. I seen some outrageous prices for those. I put mine at the lower end, because honestly, like, if somebody can pay me just for the record, I'm cool with that. I'm not looking to make a bunch of money. I just want to make the next person happy. So if that person enjoys that record, then, you know, I'm happy for them that they didn't have to pay an arm and a leg to get an album that they liked. You know what I mean? I feel like that's how it should be. Like, I'm not going to go buy an album and then charge $100 more just because you can't go buy it right now. Like, fuck that shit. Like, even all those other records I just posted online, like even that box set, I sold that for $90, and that was including shipping, and that was like $100 straight up brand new. So, I mean, I don't really care. As long as the next person that's going to enjoy it, I don't need a bunch of money for it. I just want to get rid of it and make something out of it. Not looking to fucking be a millionaire someday. Like, that's not the way to do business. Yeah, the downward. Oh, nope. Never got pressed. Like, yeah, I know. Drowning Pool never did. maybe they will do certain albums because I feel like I said, the demand is higher. A lot more bands are pressing albums that never had albums pressed on vinyl before. Like another good instance is here. I'll show you this record that I got here. So this is one. This band doesn't really have too much pressed on vinyl. I actually don't know if they have any pressed on vinyl. Try to find it, but I got this Kitty Live, and I don't know if you remember Kitty from like the new metal era, but their fucking first album I thought was badass, and this is just a live album. I haven't even listened to it yet, but it was a special edition and it was really cheap, so I bought it. But I feel like now that, you know, if these artists are still getting their stuff pressed, you know, or releasing their albums, I should say, that most of them are pressing them on vinyl. Like I've seen a couple people that came out with new albums that were only on CD, which I feel like, dude, we're not in the fucking 90s anymore. We're not in the fucking early 2000s. Like, most people buy records. And I understand there are some people that still do buy CDs. Like, I still buy CDs here and there. But if I could buy the album on vinyl, I'd much rather buy it on vinyl than buy it on CD. And I've only had to buy certain things on CD only a couple times because the album never came out on vinyl, and it just sucks because like I always try to reach out to these people. I'm like, hey, you should press your albums on vinyl, you know what I mean? And I also feel like it all depends on what record label they're under, because I feel like certain record labels will press all their stuff on vinyl, and then there are certain record labels that I've seen that are like more independent, where it's harder for them to put their stuff on vinyl, you know what I'm saying? So at this point, here, I'll actually just show you my Discogs. Right now I have 271. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's how many vinyl I got, or records I should say. Vinyls isn't a word. And yeah, it's been about 2 years to 2.5 now. I've been collecting, I feel like, since 2 years ago in like December or something. My brother bought me the very first Wu-Tang Clan album many years ago for like my birthday or Christmas. I had that for like a year or two. And then 1 year, I think he went out and bought me Eminem, the not Marshall Mathers, the Slim Shady LP. And that was like the second good, like, only album that I ever owned on vinyl. And once he got me that, because that was like one of my favorite albums growing up, I actually had to go get a turntable. And the first turntable I bought was like the biggest piece of shit, and it just didn't, like, the thing didn't work right. And I plugged it in, I put a fucking turntable on it, and it just, yeah, I've been spending way too much, honestly. I've spent more than I probably should have, but the good thing is that I have a good job and I work like 50, 60 hours a week, so I make pretty good paycheck, and I've been able to keep up on my bills. I mean, to be realistic, I should pay off more of my credit card debt, but that's coming up soon. And every time I turn around, I feel like I gotta fucking pay rent again too, and you know, that's $900 every time I turn around. So I do try to save my money once I can, but like lately, just been expensive albums. So like that Manson, I got that way cheaper, that picture disc, than you could buy it on like Discogs or eBay. But to be real, like, I get bonuses, I got my taxes, I got a bunch of other shit. We got those stimulus checks. So a lot of that shit went into play on me getting the albums I've been wanting to collect. And certain albums I probably should have bought before, or not waited so long to buy, because some of them ended up turning out to be more expensive later down the road when I bought it. But at the same time, like, I only spend what I can. Like, if I can't afford to buy an album because I can't pay my rent or something, I'm not going to do it. Like, I just can't do it. Like, I have to be able to take care of me and my kid first. Like, that comes first. If I have the extra money, then yeah. Like, I buy my daughter a lot of shit too. Like, she's got her own records, and she's got her like Funko Pop collection and her anime collection and like all this other shit. Yeah, I mean, 80 for since 2019 is not bad at all. to be honest with you, that's actually pretty decent. And even if you are on like a budget, you buy like $20 albums, eventually, as long as everything gets pressed, you should be able to find pretty much anything you want for a decent price without having to pay an arm and a leg, like for some of the records that I bought. But I know, like, my Manson Antichrist Superstar, that was brand new, still in the package. So that probably cost me almost the most out of any record I've paid for. That was like the top dollar that I paid. And honestly, for that, I don't regret it at all. I had my taxes, I had a stimulus check. Like, it didn't matter to me. I had like so much money, and plus I worked my ass off, so I get paid weekly. And it's not like I make a shitty check or anything. Like, I make good money. So it's really not that bad. Plus, like I said, I get bonuses every quarter and shit like that. So, I mean, if it wasn't for me working, that has a lot to do with it too. And I also feel like the more you make, the more you're going to spend. And that's just the reality of it. And it doesn't matter who you are. I mean, I've tried to act like I'm broke, but a good part of it too is I'm always addicted to like looking at shit on my phone. So like eBay, Discogs, like they'll send me notifications when people list shit if it's under a certain search, or you know, if it's on my want list on Discogs. And I feel like Discogs though is really good, especially if you want to get albums for cheaper, because I found albums on there. I'll wait until somebody posts it for like a decent price that I want, and yeah, it's usually not like the lowest, but it's not the fucking highest either, you know what I mean? It's like that medium price where it's like you meet at the middle, and it's like, okay, that's negotiable, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to spend an arm and a leg here, but I'm also not fucking taking the cheap route either. You know, I'm not waiting for a repress. It's out of somebody's collection. And I've actually met some pretty good people. And then the same thing with like doing this whole YouTube thing. Like, I'm only documenting my record collecting throughout the years. And plus get to meet a lot of good people like you guys out there. And you guys have been awesome. And I've actually been getting quite a few haters lately for whatever reason I don't understand, but it's all good. Like, I appreciate you guys. That's why I take the time out of my day to respond back to you guys. Like, even if I'm at work, like, I'll respond back to you guys. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, I'm not self-centered. I don't think I'm fucking better than anybody. Like, I'm trying to go out there and have a conversation with people that have the same interest as me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want real conversations with real people, because honestly, it's hard to find these days. And I feel like a lot of people are fucking fake and everybody's glued to their fucking phone. And it's just, we live in a shitty society these days. And, you know, it's just unfortunate because I come from the fucking late 80s, early 90s where shit was a lot different. And, you know, like, I was even watching fucking Beavis and Butthead the other day, and like, they just walked through Stewart's fucking window to go watch TV. But that's just how it was in the 90s. Like, people would just walk into people's house, sit down, watch TV, even though they weren't even home. Like, I used to do it to my friends used to do it to me. Like, it was just one of those things where it's like, oh, hey, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, you go home, there's just people there because there was nobody there, and they all wanted to hang out somewhere, so that's where they went, you know what I mean? And it's just the way it is, like, and I just, you know, appreciate all you guys, because I feel like a lot of people out here are fake, and there's a lot of people that I just really don't care for. Like, it's not worth my time, and I don't want to fight with anybody. Like, we can agree to disagree but at the end of the day, I still want to be friends with people. Like, I'm not a complete asshole, self-centered. Like, I feel like all you guys are good. I've met some really awesome people that think the same way as me, and I feel like it's just a good experience all the way around. Like, so I'm going to keep putting my time in and keep putting my 2 cents in on these records that I buy. And I feel like sometimes, like, oh, check this out too. Speaking of records and putting my 2 cents in. So I just got one in today. I don't know if you guys saw this one up online at all. This one's through Rowan Records, talking about bootlegs. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but there's like a bend in it. So I was super not impressed, and I messaged him, but I have not heard back yet. But normally, if I message him on like Instagram or anything, he'll like message me back right away. So I'm kind of like surprised. And I don't have any MoFi sleeves left, so that's just where it's gonna go. but I don't know if you can see that, but there's like a huge ass fucking bend in that. Like this thing is warped like a motherfucker. Like there's this huge, it goes one way. It is so fucking ridiculous. I mean, it'll play on my turntable, which is great now. But I feel like this is the second defective record that they've sent me. So I'm like, are they doing this on purpose, or is it? Yeah, I got it from Rolling Rex. Yeah, I wanted it so bad too. That's why when I got my refund back for my Slipknot tickets that I was supposed to go to for a show 2 years ago, like I just checked my bank account the other day and it was like StubHub. You know, I got like $160 something back. I was like, thank fucking God. And I asked them for a refund back like a fucking year ago. So it took them 2 years to give me a refund back for non-fest tickets. That's a long fucking time. You could tell they didn't want to give that money back at all. They were like, fuck you. Yeah, I got that one from Rolling Rex. And then the other one that I was not too impressed about was this one over here, if I can find it. I think it's this one. This one was kind of fucked up too. I mean, this one I could deal with more than I could deal with that one. That one I'm just trying to shove in my record collection, hope that all the records are standing up straight, that it'll warp it back to where it should be. But I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Stop sending me your fucking defective fucking records. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really what I want. I'm trying to look for this. Okay, so this one might be harder to see, but over here in the top, there's like a huge scratch or gash in it. And I don't know if it really affects it at all, because it didn't seem like it when I played it, because it's like right near the end. But still, that's a pretty big fucking scratch on a record for, you know, something that you should be giving to somebody. You know, like you're trying to sell this record to somebody, so why are you sending out shit that's, you know, like I wouldn't be able to sell that to somebody. Or if I did, I'd have to tell them about it. Like, I don't know if they just didn't check it or not, but like I feel like that Linkin Park might have been because of the shipping, but I really don't know. I messaged the dude. I was like, normally I never have problems buying from them. I bet it is way expensive to Europe. You know, I sent out some stuff towards Canada, and I've sent some stuff out to Sweden, and there's another place there. I think Netherlands. Shit is expensive when it goes overseas. And then I was trying to send album to, I think it was like Peru or fucking Mexico or some shit like that. They fucking couldn't even find the address, and they were like, basically like, if I wanted to send the album to them, they have to know somebody that's like close to them that can receive the package to get it or whatever. And I know it's like expensive, and then you gotta fill out one of those custom forms and shit. It's kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, each time I've had to send something out of the United States, and of course sometimes I don't specifically say, hey, like, are you in the US? I just make deals with people. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll send that to you, no problem. And then I fucking go to send it, like, oh fuck, you live in another country. That's gonna cost me so much money. It's like, why don't these people tell me this shit before I fucking do it? But it's kind of my fault too, because I didn't ask, you know what I mean? So if I don't ask, how the fuck am I supposed to know? And then I get their address and I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like, okay. That's fucking awesome. Like, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Yeah. Like how I got my comment on there. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can go to this myself. Okay. Comes up or not. I don't know. We'll see. But, yeah, I don't know. Just, I feel like certain records, when I start my business, like now that I can sell on Discogs, and I'm thinning out my record collection, my plan is to thin out my record collection to the point where I got rid of all the records that I don't listen to, that I absolutely don't need or want anyways, because there's some in there, I'll be honest with you. I have a couple albums that I have duplicates of, and it's because I wanted them. It's not because I need them. I wanted them. I want them in my collection. It's a collection, and it's just my hobby that I have for now. You know what I mean? So I feel like once I do that, I don't want to buy any more records for myself for a little while. I want to save up money, and I want to buy somebody's like collection or something. Go through it, take like the couple records that I do want or whatever, post the rest on Discogs, and start selling records. Like, that's really what I want to do. And I don't even care if I have to do it in my free time, because that's mainly what I do anyways. And like, here's the other thing. It's like, I give you guys a lot of my free time for like when I'm not working. That's when I do my YouTube videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I work a lot of fucking hours. I work anywhere between 50 and 60 hours a week. Like last week, I worked 46 hours. That was the lowest amount of hours I've worked in probably at least 3 months. So, you know, you got to kind of take what you can get. And I know sometimes my videos aren't always the best. I'm still learning. Like, this is my second year on YouTube. Like, I came into this blind. I had no fucking idea what I'm doing. I still, like, I feel like I'm better at editing now than I was before. But at the same time, like, I'm still new at this. Like, I'm not perfect. I'll never be perfect. I've never claimed to be perfect. Like, I'm going to make mistakes. And I feel like certain people have been on here have been cool, and certain people have been fucking assholes to me. And to the assholes, like, whatever. If you don't want to watch my content, then don't watch it. But to the people that do, I appreciate every single one of you. And, like, I thank you, and I can't thank you enough. You know what I mean? Because when I came into doing this, I was like, I'm never going to get any views, you know what I mean, type shit. And fucking, I just never thought that I would actually have a page that actually gets as many views as I do now. And I know that my page ain't shit compared to other people's pages and shit. So I'm just thankful, you know what I mean? Because it could be a lot worse than what it is now. And like, even right now, I got one person in here. But you know what? To that one person, kudos to you. You're awesome. And I appreciate you. And, you know, like, my numbers go up and down all the time. So it is what it is. Like, it's not really much I can do about it. I'm just going to keep plugging it away and try to keep getting better at it, you know, because practice makes perfect. Like, you're never going to do really well at something if you don't try for it. Like, I feel like these people that are sitting on their ass collecting, like, fucking unemployment and shit, and they're finally cutting them off, good, cut them off. Let them get off their dead ass and go fucking work for their money like everybody else. Like, I didn't stop working this whole pandemic. Like, I had to work through the whole entire fucking thing. I didn't get no fucking bonuses for it. I got my regular fucking work bonus. But I sit there and I bust my ass every day. I get up every day and I go to work and I try to do the best job I can do for my company. Like, I am focused on my job. So, you know, if I'm not working and I'm not doing all that shit, then I'm not fucking covering my own ass to take care of my family. That comes first. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've spent a lot of money in the last couple of years on records, but honestly, I made a lot of fucking money, so I was able to do that. And I'm lucky, like I said, this year that I have the day off for record store day, so I'm going to go down to my local record store, and I'm definitely picking up at least like 2 or 3 titles of stuff that I really, really want to get, and then the rest I'm just going to leave out. Yep, sorry about that. Got a message. Just my family. They're pretty cool too. So, and eventually what I want to do too is I want to start saving up my money, and I want to get a house. That's my next thing, just to take care of my family, because I want to put my whole family under one roof. And then I'm just going to take my own bedroom, and then I'm going to take a room for my studio. Yeah, I see that happen sometimes too. And I feel like certain sellers can be dishonest about stuff. I wonder how that was coming from Chile. I've never had a record come from Chile before. I had one come from, I believe, Sweden, and that was my Slipknot All Hope Is Gone, and that took like 3 fucking months to get here. But I did message the guy when I got it, and I was like, hey, the record was delivered today. I was like, thank you so much. And it was in perfect shape. Like, it was still brand new in the package, like he said it was. But I feel like some people are Well, sometimes when records get shipped, I don't know what part of the country you're in or where Chile is in the world, but I've seen it where people like mail trucks that don't have like AC and shit. It'll be like 100 degrees out and they're out delivering shit, and people have gotten their fucking albums in the mail, and the records were straight fucking cooked. Like they were so warped that it's like you couldn't even put that shit on the turntable. That shit was just destroyed, and there was nothing you could do about it. Like that's just the way it is. Hi, sweetheart. Just so you know, I am live right now. Yeah, I've seen that before. It definitely sucks to have that, because if you have that, then like, you know what I mean? Like, not only are you out, the buyer, but the sellers too, because now you have a mad buyer at you. You know what I'm saying? For something that you didn't do. I bet it was weird, because I guarantee, I don't know what part of the country he was in, but that shit could have easily melted. And I wouldn't put it past it, because it actually happens here in America more often than not. You know what I mean? I bet it did suck. I honestly don't doubt it. And honestly, like, I've been thankful because I know my mail lady personally, and she's been trying to tell me that she's like leaving for like the longest time. Like, please don't do that, because you make sure that my packages get delivered to me. You make sure I get everything that I order. And she's always like on time, on point. You know, I know her personally, so it works well for me. You know what I mean? And I just feel like if you don't know your mail person, like I've seen that shit on Facebook or like other posts where like it's like they bend the package to put it in the mailbox. Like, how did you not know that that's a fucking record? Like, are you that stupid? Like, I would be pissed if my mail lady did that. Like, there'll be sometimes where she's on like vacation or whatever. We'll get like some other lady, and she'll just leave my packages like right in front of my door. Mind you, there's 3 other doors right out my door. So, you know, if anybody wanted to, they could take it. And then UPS one day just put it in the mail room, which is like in the front of where I live. My neighbor, which is really cool dude, like I don't even really know him that well, but he like sticks to himself. And like a lot of people around here, they're super nice to me because they know I don't go bother them. I don't go out of my way to like cause trouble with them. I don't, you know, I keep to myself, you know what I mean? So like he saw my package out there. So he came over, knocked on my door, and like handed it to me. He's like, "Oh, I just want to make sure you get your package so nobody stole it." And I was like, that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Not too many people are honest like that in the world. Like some people, they'll see a package and they'll be like, "Sweet, it's mine now." You know what I mean? And I remember one day I was coming through and I ordered like hoodies for work for me and a coworker, and fucking I got there and they were sitting right there the whole entire time in the mail room, and I honestly had no idea that they were even delivered because I didn't even get a fucking tracking number, and they were there in like 2 days. I was like, cool. I went to work the next day, handed my coworker their hoodie. I was like, here you go. And then yeah, that ended up being a mistake anyways, but it's all good. I try to be nice to people as much as I can, but some people take advantage of my niceness. So then after that, I cut them off and never again. You know what I mean? So that's just the way it is. But I hope you all get what you want on Record Store Day, because it's going to be a great day. And I was thinking about at some point asking Newberry Comics if I can film in there. If you guys would like to see like what my local record store looks like, or me out digging in the crates or whatever, you know what I mean? I feel like that would be cool. Plus, I do have my GoPro now, so, you know, right now because I'm live, I'm actually using my webcam, but this is my GoPro. This fucking thing is awesome. I feel like this helps me make the videos that I want to make, and the computer I got now with the programs that I got, I feel like that shit helps too. Oh, and if you guys could do me a favor, I don't know if any of you guys are going to watch this later or not, but can you please like, subscribe, and share? Just share my page on like your Facebook, your Instagram, whatever. I just need to get those numbers up. I would like to get more subscribers. I am really trying hard for you guys, and I'm actually coming out and being more real with you guys on a sociable level lately, because I'm trying to like come out of my shell to say more, because it's not the easiest thing to just come on camera and start speaking to a bunch of random people that you don't actually know, because people can be weird. You get your trolls, you get your haters, and then you also get the nice people. And most of the people I have met on here are absolutely fantastic people, and I really appreciate them. But there are, you know, a couple bad apples out there that I have met that, you know, I try not to let get the best of me. You know what I mean? So that's just the way it is. But if all you guys could just, you know, subscribe, make sure you share my stuff, I would appreciate it. I would like to eventually get up to 1,000 subscribers one of these years, but I feel like it's going to take years at the rate I'm going, because, you know, not everybody likes me, but not everybody has to like me. So I guess we're good there. You know what I mean? But my kid's here and shit, and I got family here, so I'm gonna end this live stream. This is my first ever live stream. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Tell me how I did. I'm still new to this, so this live stream right here, this is new to me. Like, I like the whole chat, that I can chat with people in front of me, and that you guys can see me. If anybody would like to talk about records one of these days and do like a stream with me, like FaceTime or whatever, that'd be cool. I'm always looking for people to talk to, because, you know, as long as you're cool and we have the same interest, shit, I'll talk to you. Ain't no shame in my game. I talk to everybody for the most part, as long as they're nice and they're not fucking assholes. Because, you know, it's just the way it is. But I do get quite a few haters. Actually got quite a few the other day, too. It's like, Jesus Christ, they're coming out of the woodwork. People really hate Manson that much? Don't understand. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy this. Have a great day. I will upload a video for you guys tomorrow. And, yeah, enjoy. Take time with your family. And keep spinning that vinyl. Peace.